Hello everyone, here is an opportunity to win exciting prizes by our Google channel. All you have to do is watch our free videos and answer in our comment box for the questions asked in between our videos. Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Manjushree. In this video, I'll be explaining balanced and unbalanced force. Before explaining balanced and unbalanced force, first let me recall what is force. Force means push or pull that can change state of motion or shape of an object. So if we are pushing any of the object or pulling or lifting, or if we are carrying any of the object, and for all this action external force is needed, and that force can change state of motion. That is, force can make a moving object to stop, or the object which is in rest position to move. And also by applying force, the shape of an object may change. So these are the effects, that is, to accelerate an object from its rest position, or to make the moving object to stop, or to change the shape of an object. These are the effects of force. Force means it is any action which we are doing and which is changing the state of motion or shape of an object. And if you have any doubts with the concept of force, please do check my previous videos where I have explained about force and what are the effects of force. Now I'll be discussing about what when the force is said to be balanced and when it is said to be unbalanced. And this kind of balanced and unbalanced force will be observing in our day-to-day life. So with small example which we observe in our day-to-day life, I'll be beginning the discussion of balanced and unbalanced force. So to make you understand, I have displayed two pictures in which one of the picture is having weighing balanced weighing machine, and in the other picture there is a person who is purchasing bananas using, and the one who is giving the bananas is measuring the banana using the balanced weighing machine. So what happens here in this balancing weighing machine is, if for example if you're going to purchase any of the fruits or vegetables, so the vegetables which you want to purchase will be added to one of the plate, and in the other plate they will be placing the measurement which you want. That is, for example, if you're going to purchase 1 kg of apple, what the shopkeeper does is, shopkeeper will start adding apple in one of the plate, and in the other plate simultaneously he'll add the mass, the weight which you want, the quantity which you have mentioned him. So for example, if you have mentioned 1 kg of apple, what the shopkeeper will do is, he'll add apples in one plate, and in the other plate he'll add 1 kg mass. And what happens is, when he starts adding apple, the weighing machine will be going up and down, moving up and down, up and down. And when apple is equal to the mass which he has added, the balancing machine will be in the stationary state. That is, it won't move. What happens there is, both the mass which is there in two plates will be balanced. What is this word balanced? So balanced means it will be equal. There won't be any changes there. And also you might have observed one of the game called tug of war. What is this game is, there will be a rope, and one end of the rope will be there with one of the team, and the other end of the rope will be that is, it will be held by other team. So for example, I have displayed two pictures here. um, Let me consider this as team A, and we'll consider the picture which is there. So okay, I have considered this as team A, and I'll consider this as team B. So there are 3 members in team A and there are 4 members in team B. What is this tug of war game is, there is a rope and which is held by team A and team B, and using this game as an example, I'll try to explain you balanced and unbalanced force. What happens here is, that is, there are 2 teams and both the team wants to win. So all the members who are there in team A and team B will apply force. Force means it is a push or pull or any action which can change state of motion. So let me assume team A and team B are applying force, but that force which team A and team B are applying is equal. That is, for example, team A is applying force which is equal to 10 Newton, 10 Newton, and also team B is applying force which is equal to 10 Newton. So there is 2 team and both the teams are applying force, but both the teams are applying force which is equal to each other. Force here is opposite and it is equal. Since they both are applying equal force, the rope which they are holding will not move. Why? Because there is equal and opposite force. And this is what balanced forces. Balanced forces equal and opposite, and this force, since it is equal and it is opposite, this does not cause any change in motion. That is, the rope which they are holding, this is just an example. This balanced force and unbalanced force we can observe in our everyday life. And here I have mentioned one of the example to explain balanced and unbalanced. So in our first example, there are 2 teams who are applying equal and opposite force. They are applying equal and opposite force, therefore there is no change in state of motion. The rope which is held by 2 teams is in the same position from the beginning to the end. That is not going to change. And in the second picture you can observe the team B which we have mentioned, where there are 4 members. They are celebrating. Why they might be celebrating is, celebration will be there only when we win, isn't it? So they are celebrating because they might have applied more force after some time. That is, initially what happened is team A and team B was applying equal and opposite force. That is, we considered it 10 Newton, 10 Newton, and later on what happened is, this team B wanted to win, and therefore what they did is they applied more force, and it might be of, it might be of 20 Newton. It might be of 20 Newton from that is, the force applied by team B might be 20 Newton, which is definitely more than the force which is applied by team A, which is equal to 10 Newton. That means when the force is unequal, that is, when team A is applying 10 Newton and team B is applying 20 Newton, then what is happening? There will be change in state of motion. The rope will start moving towards team B. Why? Because they are applying more force. So whenever we are applying unequal force, there we can observe unbalanced force. Unbalanced force means it is unequal, and due to unequal force, where that is, the object will move towards the person or anything which is applying force on it, it will move towards that. And this unbalanced force, it can be from the same direction or it can be from opposite direction. Balanced and unbalanced force means balanced force will be equal and it will be opposite, whereas in unbalanced, it won't, the force which we are applying, the force which is applied will not be equal. They won't be there both. If we are considering 2 force in this example, then those two forces which is applied by team A and team B is not equal. So, and in balanced force will not cause any change in state of motion if the object is in rest position, and if two forces are acting on it, the object won't move. And whereas in unbalanced force, the force which is applied on an object, if we are applying two force, then the force which is more, that force will move an object. That force can change the state of motion of an object. And what is the difference between balanced and unbalanced is balanced is equal and opposite, whereas unbalanced is unequal. And balanced force will not cause any change in state of motion, whereas unbalanced force will change the state of motion. And unbalanced force can be from same direction or it can be from opposite direction, whereas in balanced force it will be always equal and opposite. And also I can give one more example to you to make you understand the balanced and unbalanced force in a simpler way. That I have a pen here, I'll apply force in one direction, and after some time what I'll do is I'll apply force in opposite direction. I'll apply force in both the direction. The force which I am applying is equal to each other. Then what happens is this pen will not move. It will be in its same position. Why? Because the force which I am applying in both the directions are balanced. Balanced force means it is equal, it is opposite, and it won't cause any change in state of motion. And after some time what I'll do is I'll apply more force from this finger. Then what happens? This pen will start moving in the opposite direction. What is happening is when there is unbalanced force, we can observe there will be change in state of motion. The pen which was in rest position, it started moving. And that is unbalanced force can be from same direction or it can be from opposite direction. In this example it was from opposite direction. So this is about balanced and unbalanced force, and in my next video I'll be explaining about types of force, where I'll be explaining about contact, non-contact force, muscular force, frictional force, all that things. Thank you.